All right, so I just wanted to make a video to give a kind of a quick, brief overview of what we've been talking about with dividing fractions. We went back in the beginning and talked to kids about what the three different parts of a division problem are, what they represent. So that first number in a division problem is called the dividend, and that dividend represents the total amount of things that they have to break up. In grades prior to 5th grade, they're used to the dividend always being the larger number, but when we get into fractions, that's not the case anymore, so they really need to focus on what do they have to break up? What are they starting with? When we look at that divisor, when we work with fractions, we're going to think about how many groups of 2 would it take to get 10 wholes, and we come up with the answer of 5. So when we look at a problem like 3 divided by 1/2, we try to stress to the kids, you're starting with 3 things and you're breaking them into groups of 1/2. So if we were to draw a picture to represent this, we have 3 things, breaking them into groups of 1/2, and we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 halves. So 3 divided by 1/2 is going to give us 6. When we look at a problem like 1/2 divided by 3, we're only starting with half of something, so we can't end up, once we break it up, having more than a half in each group, because that's only the total amount that we have to start with. So we talked about the connection between our divisor and our whole number, so the kids know that that 6 is going to be involved. They just need to figure out, is it going to be 6 as a whole number, or is it going to be 6 as a fraction? If we have a whole and we break it into a half, we're only focused on this half of our picture. If I further break that into 3 parts, each of these parts represents 1/6 of the entire whole. So our answer comes to 1/6. So when we get into keep, change, flip, which is what we're going to start talking about today, they need to understand why they can do 1/2 times 1/3 to get 1/6.